What if I told you the government is changing how they take money back from your Social Security check? In 2025, a new 10% rule could save millions of seniors from financial disaster when they've been overpaid. In today's video, you'll discover exactly how the proposed 10% clawback rule works, why Social Security is making unprecedented changes this year, and what the new Claw Off Social Security Act means for your monthly benefits. Stay until the end to learn how these changes might affect your specific situation and how our free Medicare advisors can help you navigate these complex reforms. Welcome to Financial Area, your trusted source for retirement and Social Security updates. If you find this information valuable, please hit that like button and subscribe to stay informed about the latest changes affecting your benefits. Did you know that every year, millions of Social Security recipients get a letter that strikes fear into their hearts? It starts with, "We paid you too much money," and ends with the government demanding thousands of dollars back, sometimes from mistakes that happened years ago. These overpayments occur for various reasons: calculation errors, unreported income changes, or outdated information in the system. And when they happen, the consequences can be devastating. Under current rules, the Social Security Administration can take back a significant portion of your monthly check until the overpaid amount is recovered. For many seniors and disabled Americans living on fixed incomes, this doesn't just mean tightening the belt. It can mean choosing between medicine and meals. Let me share some sobering numbers. Last year alone, over 2 million beneficiaries were hit with overpayment notices. That's 2 million Americans, many of whom live check to check, suddenly told they need to pay back money they've likely already spent on necessities. But there's hope on the horizon. The proposed 10% rule aims to create a more humane approach to these situations. Instead of potentially taking a large chunk of your benefits, the Social Security Administration would be limited to reclaiming just 10% of your monthly payment until the debt is settled. Let's break this down with some real numbers. Say you receive $1,800 monthly in Social Security benefits, and the SSA determines you were overpaid by $5,000. Under some current recovery methods, they might withhold 30% or more. That's $540 taken from your monthly check, leaving you with just $1,260 to cover all your expenses. Under the proposed 10% rule, that withholding would be capped at $180 per month, leaving you with $1,620, a difference of $360 each month. For someone on a fixed income, that's the difference between paying rent and facing eviction. The changes we're seeing at Social Security in 2025 are unlike anything in recent memory. In just the past 6 months, we've witnessed multiple adjustments to payment calculations, verification procedures, and now, potentially overpayment recovery methods. Why is this happening now? Several factors are converging. An aging population means more beneficiaries than ever before. Budget constraints have limited the agency's ability to modernize its systems. And political pressure to address long-standing issues has finally reached a tipping point. These rapid changes have created a perfect storm of confusion. Many beneficiaries report calling their local Social Security office only to receive different answers depending on who they speak with. Online resources often lag behind the latest policy updates, and notification letters can be difficult to understand. Behind the scenes, Social Security offices are struggling. Staffing shortages mean longer wait times for appointments and phone assistance. Outdated computer systems contribute to processing errors. And training on new policies takes time, creating an information gap between policy announcements and proper implementation. For beneficiaries, this means you need to be more vigilant than ever about your benefits. Check your monthly statements carefully. Keep records of all communications with Social Security. And don't hesitate to ask questions when something doesn't seem right. A helpful tip: set up an online My Social Security account if you haven't already. This gives you immediate access to your benefit verification letter, payment history, and earnings record. Being able to quickly verify what you're receiving can help you catch potential overpayments before they become major problems. Now, let's take a closer look at the legislation that could make this 10% rule official: the Claw Off Social Security Act. This bipartisan effort aims to permanently limit how much can be withheld from benefits when overpayments occur. The act was introduced after mounting public pressure from advocacy groups representing seniors and people with disabilities. Stories of beneficiaries facing homelessness or going without medication due to aggressive recoupment practices finally caught lawmakers' attention. If passed, the Claw Off Social Security Act would standardize the 10% cap across all types of Social Security benefits, retirement, disability, and survivors. It would also extend this protection to Supplemental Security Income (SSI) recipients, who are often the most financially vulnerable. The implementation would likely be phased in over several months, beginning with new overpayment cases and eventually applying to existing repayment plans. For those currently experiencing higher withholding rates, this could mean significant relief is on the way. But what makes this act particularly important is that it addresses the root of the problem, balancing the government's need to recover improper payments with beneficiaries' need for financial stability. By limiting recoupment to 10%, the act acknowledges that mistakes happen, but they shouldn't result in personal catastrophe. So, what should you do while waiting for this legislation to potentially pass? First, if you receive an overpayment notice, don't panic, but don't ignore it either. You have options. You can request a waiver if the overpayment wasn't your fault and if paying it back would cause financial hardship. You'll need to complete Form SSA 632 and provide documentation of your income and expenses. Alternatively, you can negotiate a payment plan. Even without the 10% rule in place, you can request a lower monthly withholding amount by demonstrating financial need. Many beneficiaries don't realize this is an option, but it absolutely is. If you believe the overpayment determination is incorrect, you have the right to appeal within 60 days of receiving the notice. This is crucial. Don't miss this deadline if you think a mistake has been made. Beyond Social Security concerns, we understand that many of you also have questions about Medicare coverage, especially how these benefit changes might affect your healthcare options. That's why we've assembled a team of Medicare advisors ready to provide free assistance tailored to your specific situation. Our advisors can help you understand which Medicare plan best suits your needs, explain how Social Security changes might impact your healthcare coverage, and guide you through the enrollment process. This complimentary service is available to all our viewers. Just use the contact information in the description below. Remember, staying informed is your best defense against the constantly changing landscape of retirement benefits. By understanding the proposed 10% rule and the Claw Off Social Security Act, you're taking an important step toward protecting your financial security. If you found this information helpful, please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to Financial Area for more updates on Social Security, Medicare, and retirement planning. Hit that notification bell so you don't miss our next video explaining how these changes might affect your specific situation. Thank you for watching, and remember, knowledge is your best asset in navigating retirement. We'll see you in the next video.